Welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be making a more 3D kind of sculpture sort of thing. I tried to pick something easy, just a little, like geometric, and I don't think it turned out to be as easy as I expected, but it still turned out pretty well. So first I started out by squashing up some of my clay. Sculpey clay comes, pretty hard, and you gotta work it a little bit before you can actually use it. And I decided to make one of the gemstones from my favorite cartoon, Steven Universe, and the gem that I relate to the most is Amethyst, so I wanted to do her gem. Going into this, I had no idea how difficult it would be to draw a hexagon in the center of the circle. You guys, it was not easy for some reason. I had to do all these little marks and eyeball everything, and it was weird. I didn't expect it to be this hard. Usually, like drawing, I'll just draw a hexagon. It's not that hard, but carving it, and it was weird. It was not easy. And then I carved away some of the chunks of clay because the sides go down at a slant. Her gem, Amethyst gem, sticks out of her chest, and it is circular, and so the part where it connects to her chest is the flat back of the circle. And then I just used this flat spatula to try to flatten and smooth out all of the little cracks and extra little bits of clay, and tried to make each of the 6, or I should say 7 sides flat and like keep the corners, defined, and it was a lot more difficult than I expected. It was so weird. And I apologize, but that is exactly why you see my head pop into the frame so much. And so this is what it looked like after I baked it. It still has some little rough spots, and I am about to sand it, but it turned out pretty well. Also, I hollowed out the inside. I forgot that if it's, the instructions say that if it's thicker than like ½ an inch or something, you should bulk it out. And I totally forgot about that, so I just carved some out before I threw it in the oven. And I was trying so hard not to ruin it while carving out the center, and that's why it looks so gross. But you're never gonna see that. In fact, I'm gonna fill it with hot glue. I had already finished all of this stuff, recording's all done, I'm just doing the voiceover now, but I'm still going to fill it with glue and then probably throw a magnet on it and use it as a fridge magnet, because I love the crystal gems, and I'll probably make all of their gems and have that as a little refrigerator magnet set, because it makes me happy. Sanding this was pretty fun. It was I was worried that I was going to ruin the edges between each of the sides, but I didn't really. I mean, I guess it kinda rounded them a little bit, but it also flattened the sides a lot more than they were, and it looks a lot more finished now after sanding it. I'm glad I decided to do that. So moving on to paint, I kinda wish that I had chosen different paints. The Artist Loft white was nice and thick, which was fine, but then the pinks and purples were really, really thin, and I had to do multiple layers. I had a black and blue as extra just in case I needed to mix them in, but I ended up being able to just layer the pinks and purples over each other to get the colors that I wanted, which was great. So I guess being thin worked out, it just took a lot longer. In the show, her purple gem is not nearly as dynamic as I'm painting this one. It's more subtle differences in the purples. It's less eye-catching, This, it's a one-off thing. It's not on a character or anything, so I wanted to make it a little more colorful. In the show, Amethyst is a really goofy, carefree, kind of messy character, and she eats everything. The gems in the show don't need to eat, but she just loves eating, and so that's why I mostly relate to her. In the real world, if you believe in stones having powers, Amethyst has very high healing and cleansing powers. In a couple of last week's videos, or at least one video, I used some fake amethyst to make some jewelry, like earrings and stuff. So you can go check that out if you're interested in making those. I don't have a Lazy Susan, so I put my gem on a piece of wood and I just spun it for this little video to show off the colors. Now before you go, I want to show you a little sneak peek on what I'm working on. Let me know what you think. So what you are seeing here are some concept ideas and a couple little attempts at these things to see how they might go if I did them. So I might try to do some of this week. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Let me know in the comments what you think and give me your ideas and suggestions. But for now, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a wonderful day and happy crafting.